there's no wedger. It's easy if you try. No more bullshit stories. No more mad staring eyes. Imagine there's no... Oh, fuck that shit. He's back, Voodoo Boos, isn't he? Yes, he bloody well is. The wedge monster. He's bloody well back. And didn't I tell you, Voodoo? Did I or did I not tell you? He'll be back just in time for your solstice. Because, well, that's the way he rolls, isn't it? Yes. He'll be round Stonehenge in a couple of weeks' time, he will be. He'll be dancing around the bleeding stones, he will. Yes, he will. Praying to God. Yeah, he's bloody well back. He's been up on the roof. Luckily, somebody streamed it off of your Facebook where he was and put it onto YouTube. So I didn't have to. And I watched him. Oh, I'll be honest, Voodoo. I'm traumatised. I must have watched him about 6 bloody times, and I'll tell you now, Voodoo, and I don't care who knows it, and I don't really care what happens. I couldn't make head nor tail of what that bloody creature was banging on about. He's just trotting out the same old bleeding shit, isn't he? The same old shit that he's done for the past 10 years, all the same old crap. He said, yes, he said, oh, look, he said, bearing in mind it was actually filmed last Saturday night on the top of a building in, I don't know where it was, Lambeth or Highgate or somewhere. It should have been Wandsworth, shouldn't it? Bloody Wandsworth Prison, that's where he should have been, on top of there marching around like a bleeding lunatic. So anyway, he's like, he said, look, what's going on? He said, there's some fireworks in the distance, because John hadn't heard shit about the Jubilee, obviously because he's so tied up on himself, he didn't really, he don't know what's going on, does he? He's the one that believes there's ghouls running around the bleeding woods, he does, doesn't he? That's how deranged he is. So anyway, he's up on the bloody roof. He says, yes, he said, yes, well, I've got a meeting at the Houses of Parliament, he said, and just for emphasis, he then reworded it and said, yes, so I'm up at the Houses of Parliament for a meeting. I mean, we heard you the first time, John, and we didn't really believe you then, so crack on, what next? Yes, he says I'm going for a meeting now. I'm like the Wayback Machine, I am, Voodoo, as you well know. Now, in the Wayback Machine, well, I can walk you back like this, couldn't I, Voodoo, because it wasn't long ago, actually a couple of years ago, that he was up outside the House of Parliament with, like I've said so many times before, Bill full of baloney, you know, the one that went on Channel 4 News saying he got abused as a child when he's on loads of bleeding interviews and videos saying he didn't get abused as a child. So he's just full of shit, and obviously a shill like bleeding Wedger. And yeah, he was up there and he was with, what's her name, Belinda Bemused. I mean, she's been around since Greenham Common days. To be honest, I think she was around when the bleeding William the Conqueror came up on the beach in Norman's Bay. I reckon she was there showing them the bloody way. She was. Oh, Belinda Bemused. So, he's going up the House of Parliament to have a meeting. As I reckon, it's probably to stand outside with a couple of posters, giving it all the Wigan like he does, bloody termite he is. So, yes, he's got this, yes, and he's going to write a book. Yeah, he's going to write a autobiography, apparently, because... well, let's face it, Voodoo viewers, none of us know nothing about him, do we? And we all want to know all about you, Mr. Wedger, the Wedge Monster. Oh, we all need to know about the Wedge Meister, don't we? Yes, I can't wait for this autobiography. I mean, is it going to tell us anything new? I doubt it. We've got 10 years of bleeding back catalogue of his rubbish all over every blimmin' social media platform, all over bloody Google. Honestly, you can even find out what exact minute and time of day and hour he was bleeding born, that bleeding bloke. Honestly. So we've all got to suffer his autobiography, which will probably be just about as much full of shit as what he is. And yes, and what else is he going to do apart from being wonderful? Oh yes, he saved somebody's life, but he can't tell you about it because it's personal and it's kind of secret. But what he can tell you is that him and his very small team, which was actually, as he then just said, was actually just him, because obviously he doesn't want to share out the kudos, does he? No. So him and his small team, which consisted of, in his own words, basically him, saved somebody's life. But, yeah, he can't say too much about it. But they were having a hard time, and then we're going to do something stupid, and, well, the good news was the Wedgemeister was there. Bloody bloke. Don't he trot out a load of old shit, that bloke? Oh, my God, I can't believe it. And he's going out and he's going to the House of Commons and all this, that and the other are going to pass laws because he's told them that they should. And he's going to start a podcast as well. And the podcast people said, they said to John, do you know, John, they said, you're our hero, you are, John. We watch you going about the place. You're like the man of gold, aren't you? You're going around the place, a bit like you Jesus Christ, and you're trying to do good all over the place. And everybody's, well, nobody's believing any of your shit, John. And we really feel for you, John. And do you know how much we feel for you? We've decided we want to invest in you, we do, John. Yeah, we're going to platform your podcast, we are, John. But the thing is, you can't really just talk about child abuse, John. No, you can't. But, well, that's good news, because the only other subject he knows much about really is himself. So he'll be able to talk about himself, won't he? I mean, that'll be a change. None of us know nothing about him, do? And we're all going to be agog. I mean, I'm agog already just thinking about it. He's got a podcast. Well, give me loads more material, won't it? I can't bloody wait, eh? Hey, Pratt. I can't believe. What were you doing between 2013 and 2017 when, in your own words, in your deposition, which I've read, courtesy of Google, that you were employed by the police? And yet, if you go on YouTube, John, you can see you stood outside the Houses of Parliament in 2013, 2014, 2015, shouting, giving it all the Wigan on account of child abuse with Bill Baloney and that other bloody prat that reckons he got felt up by somebody or other or something, some crap actor. At the end of the day, you're a bunch of shills, a bunch of failed actors and a bent copper. That's what we're looking at. So, and the other thing while I'm here, John, as well, yeah, you said, Bill Baloney's a impeccable character, he's impeccable, yeah, he's a beautiful man, he is, and Wilfred Wong, he's impeccable, he is, yeah, because we've got a forensic team together we have now, and we're going to be even better than the police, we are. You don't need the police because you've got your John Wedger, and he's got all these people, ex-policemen, and ex-criminals, and as he said, smackheads. Bloody bloke. Even the way you say that, you just stink, copper. You duh. Everybody knows that people like that are mentally ill. They don't need you calling them bloody smackheads, John. Thank you. Pothead. Anyway, where was I? Yes. So, he's obviously holier than thou, isn't he? He's holier than me, you, God, Jesus, the Queen, everybody. It's a wonder he didn't think the bleeding fireworks that he saw on top of that roof were for him. He probably did, actually, didn't he? He needs a firework up his bleeding backside, that's what he needs. He needs somebody to give him a kick in the pants and a reality rain check and say, now listen up, we know what your game is. You're shilling for the government or for, well, Mickey Mouse, I don't know who you're shilling. Well, you're obviously shilling for the police because everybody that comes into your sphere ends up in prison or on charges. Like that Mike Veazey, that chief inspector of your Mickey Mouse down in your Salisbury. He's such a good friend of mine. Yes, he's got the sack for being corrupt, John. Yeah, Bill Baloney, he's amazing, he is. He's a man of impeccable character. He wants to legalise child abuse and he wants to give an amnesty to all minor attracted people. So that's quite nice. And then he was in with that other weirdo, that Wilfred Wong, who's a man of impeccable character, a defrocked lawyer or one thing the bleeding other, and he's in prison for child abduction at knife point. I think he's got something like 17 years or something. And then you got your Jeanette Archer, who actually your John Wedger showcased and gave her a platform and brought her forward into the public sphere, per se. And she's on charges for threats to kill and anti-Semitic attacks and basically being harassing the royal family and one thing and another, and had to have the anti-terror squad blimmin' bust her and everything. So, well, he's a bit like bleeding flypaper, isn't he, John? They just put something like John out there, don't they? And all the bleeding nutters, right, well, just like flies to shit, innit? And then the police can swoop in, they've got them, bang to rights, more blimmin', well, more arrests, more bonuses, isn't it, really? Eh? Probably for John as well. What do you reckon, Voodoo Voos? Yeah, I reckon. Anyway, well, One way I'm glad he's back, really, because it gives me loads more content. Yes, it does, VTubers. So anyway, hang around, hold your hats, and watch out for the solstice. And to be fair, I'll keep you posted on the further exploits of the wedge monster. Bye. Bye, VTubers.